Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thanks for tuning in to my podcast slash YouTube channel. So today I wanted to share with you my reflections of my takeaways from Next Level Training, which is an emotional intelligence leadership training program. And I will share with you. So just to give you context, I heard about this program because Lewis Howes, who's a famous podcaster, he's an influencer. He became famous from creating LinkedIn trainings, and he's pretty big in the self-development space. I went to a conference in Columbus, Ohio called the Summit of Greatness, and that's how I met him and a lot of the people in this program. So the training is done by a guy named Chris Hawker, and there's a whole team behind him. There were about 100 or so attendees during this conference, and 20 or so coaches and support staff and things and people like that. But it was really cool. I got a lot out of this program. It was all of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I would say I was left feeling very inspired, very empowering. I mean, to be honest, like it wasn't anything like groundbreaking, but I think just being in the conversation all the time, getting a lot of the support and meeting so many other similar minded people who are looking to better themselves, you really get a stronger sense of who you are and some of the goals. One of the goals I've created for myself through the program is to be able to have a beautiful honeymoon with my wife while we got married during the pandemic. So being able to travel, having the vision and truly visualizing being in Korea and Japan, and how happy and how lit up she was from the shopping spree, and checking out the cherry blossoms and having an amazing food in Japan, and also experiencing a week in Japan and a week in Korea, and having amazing Korean barbecue. So I was very present to the power of visualization and how powerful that can affect our lives, and how it's more likely to come to fruition if we truly feel the experiences. Also was able to realize that I got over some of my disempowering beliefs around just connecting with other white folks. I think with Black Lives Matters and Stop Asian Hate, there's just a lot of racial tension right now, but it's such a small percentage of the population. And to think about all the positive white people that have made a really big impact in my life is such a more powerful way to look at it. So I mean, that's huge to think about, right? I feel like getting over that fear is can be huge in career and relationships and life, considering I live in America and I live in New Jersey, which is one of the most diverse. It is one of the most diverse places in the world. I mean, in the US especially, but in the world. And working in Manhattan, and now I'm working from home. But yeah, check out Next Level Trainings if you're interested. It's next level trainings with the s.com, and then you can check out the program I did. It's called Discovery. But yeah, to dig a little bit deeper into some of the things I discovered about myself, there was a portion where people reflected what they saw in me, and given I'm cramming like 30 hours of training into this short segment, so clearly not a very comprehensive and detailed analysis of the program. But for risk of ruining the experience, I'm not going to go into the specific details, but I'm just going to talk about the main overall takeaways. But anyways, it's helped me get over my fear of looking bad. Even doing this YouTube video and creating this podcast was always a huge fear of mine, because of when you listen to yourself and you hear all the stutters, all the filler words, all the likes, all the imperfections, it's hard not to be paralyzed by that. But doing programs like this has truly helped me be able to have compassion and grace that I'm not a professional YouTuber, or at least not yet, and I'm getting better every day, and that's perfectly fine, and that's beautiful as well. And being able to share that process with you all is quite magnificent as well. So yeah, that's what's going on in my world. If anyone wants to purchase a copy of Redefining Masculinity, I have a vision of selling a thousand plus copies. And then once I hit the thousand, I'm going to donate $10,000 to the Orphans Future Alliance to help orphans in Vietnam. So, yeah, I just wanted to share some of my takeaways with you all. And I'll leave you with this. It's interesting because I went into the program thinking, wow, I've completed so many different programs. I have an executive coach that I work with. Like, how much can I possibly learn? But with that narrow mindset, that's the opposite of growth mindset, which is what I think I would like to have. So I noticed that and I came into it first initially skeptical because I'm like, okay, like let's see how different it is from next level. I mean, let's see how different next level training is from Landmark, accomplishment coaching, Tony Robbins, etc. And yes, they do have a lot of parallels, but the analogy they always say is like similar to going to the gym. The more I do these programs, the better I get at emotional intelligence, and it's something that truly never goes away. You can always become better at emotional intelligence. And I would say because of all the programs I've done, I've become much better at emotional intelligence, but still there was a lot of the judging others, and there was a disconnect from connecting to a lot of white people, for instance, for me. And that's a huge realization. So my call to action for you is to check it out. Just Google next level trainings, discovery or breakthrough, or they call it the Ignite program. Sign up for it. You'll thank me later. Let me know what you think and reach out if you have any further questions. Cheers. Love you all. Thanks for listening.